So we're going to review homework assignment 13 today, and that'll be our last that's our last activity on the class for drafting 131. Then remember to do the test, which is already out. And any remaining assignments need to be in by December 8th. So that's it. Let's see what we got. All right, so we've been working on this for quite a while. Yeah, three classes already, three lectures talking about SolveView, SolDraw, and SolveProf as well. Uh, so let's try to recap, and then that will be it. Okay, so last class we created this 3D model. Well, we added to it because we already had most of it. And then we developed the 2D views, right? So I am going to turn off some layers here, delete the 2D information, and then we'll do, where is that layer? Oh, no, that's viewports, only that. Let's put that into the 0 layer. I'm gonna purge the drawing too, because there's a lot of info here that is not needed. And then let's bring back those layers. Right, so remember that SolveView and SolDraw are used to create two-dimensional line drawings from 3D models. Now, those are not the only tools that AutoCAD has for that, right? Remember that if we use the section plane, we can also create a 2D section, right? So we select section plane, right click on the action arrow, generate section, 2D, 3D. And if we select 2D and create, that's the section, right? Same thing that we had with the with SolveView. So SolveView allows you to do that, but also this section plane tool allows you to create that. Now, what happens if I have I'm just thinking about that right now. If I have this view, can I create a section? That's not a section. It's an elevation, and it is an elevation that I think it shows some hidden lines. Let's look at that. And this is, let me see what this object is. It's a block. And so if I explode that, Now we can see the layer is layer 0. So all objects are on the layer 0, even though it created um, a line drawing. This line drawing does not have the properties that the drawings created with SolveView have. And I'll check on that in a minute. Let me go into this block also, explode the block, and then we got a hatch here. And that hatch is, if I put ANSI, now I get some scale, yeah, so this is similar to that. But the problem is that all of these objects are in the same layer. So even though it creates the same um, view, the same drawing that we wanted, it doesn't have the advantages of creating the layers that SolveView has. So let's get back to 3D. And I'm going to delete that. So SolveView section plane can create elevations and can also create sections. But what happens is that it does not create the layers and it does not assign the layers to the objects. And so in that way, from that point of view, SolveView is SolveView is a better tool, right? And so once again, what SolveView does is create views. What views does it create? Well, it can create elevations and it could create sections of a 3D model, okay, of a 3D model, right? So to activate it, just type SolveView. Once you press enter, it's going to send you to the layout page. And in the layout page, you can select to now proceed, right? Orthographic projection. Select this point here, then maybe click here for the new view center, press enter, and give it a name, elevation, right elevation, right? And enter, and done. Double click outside. And if I rotate this view, I have the view of that side. So this is a combination 2D, 3D. And now if I apply Sol Draw, then it becomes a 2D object, right? Let's see what scale this is. Let's make a 1/4 inch, right? Go inside region. Let's look at the layers. And there are a lot of layers here. Let me get rid of everything and see if we can lose those layers. Yes, very good. And let's bring back our drawing. Now go back to here. Oh, we lost our Sol Draw drawing. Oh no, it's because the layers are on here. So let's go back to the layers, and we're going to turn off in the viewport. We're going to freeze that and so now we see the Sol Draw layers, right? Once again, go to the Sol Draw layers. So when you create solid view, actually, it creates these three layers, right? Hidden and visuals. And also creates another layer for dimensions, but I just deleted it. On this one for hidden, I am going to select the hidden line style and apply it. And now you can see some objects are with the hidden line style and some objects are not. And that's what we want, right? That's exactly the idea behind this tool. Now, of course, you have control over the line style. If I ask, if I have this to be hidden 2, it's half the size, right? Hidden 2 is half the size. And so maybe that's what I do for this particular one. See, now the hidden lines are better defined, tighter, smaller line types scale. And so that's the elevation drawing. As I said before, once you do that, then now you can do dimensions if you want to. Um, let's see if on this layer we have layers that are on viewports is on. And I don't have a dimension layer, so let's create that. Dims like that for now. Oh, but I lost my dimension style. Let me open the drawing. This is our previous drawing. Okay. And now I can go inside here. See if I can mention that. Some layers are off here by okay. Okay, good. So the UCSY view. And let's see if we can mention. Yes. So set the UCSY view and then we can actually do the dimensions. If we needed to do that, right? And so that's what we can do with these two tools. We can create a view from the 3D object, and then we can use SolidDraw to create a line, edge line 2D of the project. Now, what happens if I do Sol Prof? And so I'm going to create a new, maybe I copy this viewport. And in this viewport, I'm going to turn off all the layers except, well, for now. I'm going to turn off these layers here. And this one, right elevation line, okay. Right, so those layers are off. Oh, what happened? Line thick, line, layer 2. Okay, so all right, so we'll turn that one on. So see that I am doing layers by viewport. Okay, viewport freeze. All right, so now I can do solve prof. And yes, and no, and yes. And so we got a profile here. Now, this one and that one are the layers that have that profile. So I'm going to select all the layers here, select all, and then turn them off, select none, and then just turn on the ones for the profile, see PH, PP. And now we can see the profile of the building. And remember that this profile is just 2D lines. There's no 3D here. Even though it looks like a 3D object, it's not, right? And so if I look at that pH 100 hidden lines layer, so go to properties, pH 100, it says hidden. Let's change that to hidden 2. And it gives us a better definition of the hidden lines. And that's what SolveProf can do then. Remember that even though in architecture, we don't use this type of line of drawing at all, a lot, we sometimes do use it, but not a lot. It is widely used in mechanical and industrial design projects. So that's, where this is more applicable, this particular one. All right, so that's it. Let's answer the questions that we have. What does solve view do? Solve view creates orthographic views, layers, and layout viewports automatically for 3D solids. So that's what it can do. Automates the process of creating views, layers, and layout viewports for 3D models. For ongoing work, it is recommended that you create a drawing template files customized for 3D. Solve view must be run on a layout tab. If the model tab is current, the last active layout is made current. Solve view places the viewport's objects on the viewport layer, which it creates if it does not already exist. The view specific information that is saved with each of these viewports is used by Solve Draw to generate the final drawing view. Solve view creates layers that Solve Draw uses to place the visible lines and hidden lines for each view. View name, visibility, view name, hidden, view name, hatch. And a layer where you can play dimensions that are visible in individual reports, name it view visdim. The information stored on these layers is deleted and updated when you run Solve Draw. Do not place permanent drawings information on this layer. And that's it. So that's what Solve Draw in Solve View can do. And two line types used by Solve Draw, hidden lines and continuous lines, while layers are created, dimensions, visibles, and hidden lines. And so that brings up to the end of the semester. Remember that we started with productivity tools, then we moved to 2D of a project that we then converted on 3D, and then we went from 3D to 2D again using Solve View. So hopefully the class has been good for you and you learned something. That's all for now. Thank you very much, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you in another class.
Thank you, Armando.
Thank you, Dalia.